Tyler the Creator has had a reputation over the years to make great albums, and Chromacopia is just an addition to his incredible collection of albums. Chromacopia goes over pregnancy scares, reminiscing, love interest, and more. But if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, make sure to follow my Twitch and my Instagram, always link in the description. And let's get straight into it. So the album name actually has a meaning in it. The part chroma, which means like the intensity of a color, seeing how dull or how vibrant something is, which is why the album covers are like really dull or really vibrant, kind of like the end of scene chroma, where like thing blows up or whatever, and how it's like really vibrant, or like in most of the music videos how it's really dull, but like it has moments where it's vibrant. And topia means a destination or place, so like utopia or dystopia is where it's used most commonly. um, but yeah, so basically putting that together means it's a dark place. Now the album starts off with Saint Chroma, which is like an intro for the character. Kind of like what Tyler does for a lot of his albums, like Call Me If You Get Lost, Igor, Wolf, and even Goblin. The next song is Ratata, which is kind of similar to the Call Me If You Get Lost type of sound, which is very vibrant, and it makes sense because at the end of Saint Chroma videos, he blows up the container or whatever, which the world becomes vibrant again, which is representing taking the music norms and basically blowing them up, then have the world have color again, pretty much. And it makes sense because the way how the story lines up, this should be right after Call Me If You Get Lost. Because if you like listen to most of Tyler's albums, you can tell it's like a straight direction and like there's like a straight story. You get what I'm saying? But either way, the next song is Nord, which clearly talks about him being paranoid, especially with him being such a big public figure. And you could also take it, which with the story he's built in here, you could also take it with like he's also paranoid to start a family and paranoid to do all of these other things. But obviously later in the story you'll get what I'm saying. But listening it over and all, you can kind of see like the full vision that he's trying to do here. The next song is Hey Jane, which is one of the most interesting songs of the album. Tyler talks about the perspective from getting a girl pregnant and then also goes into the perspective of the girl. And the craziest detail about this is that Hey Jane is actually a abortion clinic in New York. And this just shows the details that Tyler does and he puts into his album. And it's crazy how people like found this out like the first day. Like this is such a random detail, but like it just puts so much more perspective on the song. And to go further into the story, the next song is I Killed You, which starts off with a nursery rhyme, which I'm pretty sure that means that Tyler obviously got an abortion, which is just crazy to think that Tyler almost had a kid. But anyways, the next song, Judge Judy, talks about a girl that was, you know, messing around with Tyler, but she ends up committing death on herself, which is crazy and sad. And a lot of people think that this is the worst song on the album, which I actually love this song, but yeah. But the next song kind of lights up the mood with Sticky, where Tyler is clearly lit, and Gorilla and Sexy Red actually had okay verses, and Wayne obviously spits heat as always whenever he touches a mic. Is that Glaze? I don't care. It's Wayne. The next song, Take Your Mask Off, is where Tyler talks about people who are pretending to be someone that they are not, and he even talks about himself where he has this battle with his sexuality and hiding himself from the world and not being 100% with himself or anyone and being very stressed out, wandering away from his problems. I actually like this song a lot because it really feels personal, like this whole entire album, and it's like a self to self. And the next song, Tomorrow, talks about the procrastination of settling down and him getting old. And he talks about getting gray hairs and gaining weight and how all his friends have like these relationships and there's children. And Tyler only has materialistic things. He doesn't have nothing to really show for it besides everything that he buys. The next song, lights the mood back up again with I Thought I Was Dead, where Tyler kind of talks about the state of rap and even disses Ian a little bit, funnily enough. But the next song is Like Him, where he talks about he's like his father no matter if he wants to or not. He also finds out that it's more of his mother's fault for his father's absence more than it, just being his father. And this is a big change in Tyler's career because Tyler talks about how he hates his dad for leaving, especially on Answer, where he says, a few choice words to him, if you get what I'm saying. But I like this song a lot because, I feel like I can relate to it in a couple of ways, if you know what I'm saying. And the next song is Balloon, where he kind of battles with himself, with what he likes, what he doesn't like, and he also tells us he isn't ready to grow up and settle down and be a father. And the final song, I Hope You Find Your Way Home, is Tyler finally finding himself in a way and having a self to self again. Kind of like finally, accepting who he is and, accepting all of his problems and finally, like, knowing what he needs to work on in himself. Before ending the album off with a loop where it starts of the beginning of Saint Chroma. This album was beautifully put together like most Tyler albums, but I think Chromakopia represents a midlife crisis, a newfound reality and maturity. Tyler is getting older, and Chromakopia talks about the struggles of finally facing reality. Call Me If You Get Lost talks about a more young, youthful Tyler on vacation, but after this vacation, this is where this Chromakopia hits. And Tyler references Call Me If You Get Lost multiple times. Like on Judge Judy, he said her body count and who she messing with is never my concern, which he also says the same line on Dogtooth, and Dogtooth is on the estate sale, which was the deluxe edition to Call Me If You Get Lost. So I think after his vacation, this is where Tyler gets hit with this Chromacopia. I think he's trying to have like a new saying for this. This is like Tyler's Mr. Morale in a way, because Tyler has always expressed his love for that album because of the honesty. But I really think this is a wake up call to just.
Yeah. Sad story. Yeah. Preacher man, preach. You make these folks think you got something to teach like you ain't lying. Big bank from them collections, well, what you buying? Ain't too fond of them gauge, you don't deny it.